Hello, my name's Harmony, and welcome to my personal leadership framing video. So, first, let's talk about what are the four frameworks. First, let's talk about the political framework. The political frame prioritizes alliance, power, and results in leadership. These individuals can come across as purposeful and determined, focusing on action now. They value decisiveness and don't have problems with conflict, seeing it as natural and effective for communication. The structural frame or the blue frame values rules, policies, hierarchy, and organization. People in this section are often detail oriented, logical, and disciplined in their work, and often into their daily lives. Blue leaders ensure everything runs smoothly by enforcing policies to create order. Human resources is the green frame. They care more about people, relationships, and teamwork involved in a project. They are empathetic, emotionally intelligent, and encouraging, choosing to handle situations in a caring way. The symbiotic frame has the most extroverted and social individuals who value culture, meaning, and passion. Unlike the blue frame, they are focused on the big picture and can overlook small details. Leaders in this yellow frame strive to create purpose through human connection. Next is what is framing and reframing? What are the differences? The purpose of the frames is to allow for better problem solving and encouraging leaders to analyze problems through the different lenses of each framework. Through different perspectives, we can create a solution that works for the collective and identify blind spots. Reframing is the process of shifting perspectives to find new solutions and create understanding for another point of view. It increases creativity through abstract thinking and can help one overcome mental blocks. We reframe things consciously and unconsciously in our mind throughout the day. By trying to be more positive, you might reframe your thoughts from, I have to go to the gym to lose weight, to, I get to go to the gym because it feels good to move my body. This applies to leadership as well, like with any argument with a member of an executive board as well. It's easy to get swept up in the heat and emotions of the moment, but by changing perspective, it can be the first step in managing conflict. Reframing can help us understand both perspectives in order to reach a fair solution. It gets organizations focused on the solution instead of emotions and conflict. Creating frames helps us understand organizations by offering different perspectives on how they operate. By giving leaders a broader view of different frames of organizational leadership, it can promote better problem solving and communication. It also helps leaders better understand how their executives think, view, and solve problems. Leaders shape through framing and reframing the team structure. The leader will set the tone for the project by defining how the team is going to handle conflict and teamwork. How the leader frames each goal has an effect on team morale and perspective. The way a leader frames a challenge influences whether the team will see it as a crisis or an opportunity. By reframing a failure as a learning experience, one could shift a negative situation into an opportunity to grow. Good leaders use framing to their advantage, using it to encourage innovation and boost motivation. Shifting back to the four frameworks, I want to focus on the human resources framework, as that's the leadership style I identify with the most. The green frame's strengths lie in their caring nature. They are empathetic and often support the team through positivity. I find myself relating to many of its strengths like patience, optimism, and compassion. In group projects, I try to encourage my team to collaborate with one another and often find myself mediating conflict between members when problems arise. On the other hand, I struggle to take leadership and avoid conflict. I've been criticized for my people pleasing habits and avoidance. It is important for me to remember that too much green frame perspective can lead to passivity and indecision. Thus, there is a time and place for me to be direct, decisive, and action oriented to achieve my desired outcomes. I've always been seen as kind and passive growing up. I used to feel insecure about my lack of assertiveness and indecision. I couldn't understand how or why others people could be so confident taking charge, but learning about how the human resources framework prioritizes collaboration and kindness, I no longer feel so out of place and intimidated. In the past, I saw my docile demeanor as negative, but now I view it as a positive, reframing myself as easygoing and adaptable. I have power in my patience, empathetic nature, and emotional intelligence. I now know that the green frame perspectives can be just as important, effective, and successful as any other frame. Since people are the core of any organization, by understanding each frame, I feel better prepared with, sorry, better prepared to work with different and conflicting personality types. People are unique by communicating in a way that is clear and is effective to the individual. We can cut down on miscommunication and promote strong connections. Overall, I think anyone can be a leader, and the four frames illustrate that perfectly. Each personality has a leadership strategy that leans into their strengths. This accommodates for different perspectives and values within a company. By using frames and reframing, we can influence where, and how attention is directed to create a positive company atmosphere and reach our goals. I really enjoyed learning more about the four frameworks. It was interesting to learn about the dynamics and interpersonal elements in organizations and in leadership. I feel like I know more about myself as a person and even more about others. I, I'm less resistant to conflict and feel better equipped to handle the energy of the political framework. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed.